Hey, welcome to the channel. We hope that you enjoy today's stories and check out the chapters on the video to see all the stories for today. But before we get into this video, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to get notified when we release a new video. So let's get into the video.
Redditors who have actually won a lifetime supply of something. What was the supply you won and how long did it actually last?
Experience 1. Won a lifetime supply of mini chocolate milk cartons during a milk day at school. LOL. If you opened a carton of milk and it mooed at you, you had to call the number on it and report that you have mooing milk. That was in 2007. I'm still getting milk shipped to me. LOL. My fiance drinks it because I've grown to hate milk. Experience 2. 18 years ago, we won a lifetime of vet visits for my cat. They expected to give it to someone with an old pet, not a new kitten. The cat's still alive. The vet clinic has moved and rebranded 4 or 5 times, but they're still honoring the award. Edit, a lifetime of routine checkups. Treatments and operations still had to be covered by us. Experience 3. My mom almost ate the white M&M that they promoted like 25 years ago. If you find it, send it in, and you get a lifetime supply of M&Ms. They send us a voucher pack that almost no store would take, but still managed to make it through the lifetime supply in about 1 month. Granted, there were 8 siblings. Probably for the best though. Experience 4. My grandparents were gifted a lifetime subscription to Reader's Digest as a wedding gift. They were offered that, or some other magazine that went out of business a decade later, so they made the right call. Being a frugal family, that subscription was utilized fully. After Grandma and Grandpa were done with each issue, it would be passed along to siblings and their kids with this little round-robin thing they did, sharing photos and updates of what everyone was up to, passed along in a manila envelope, and when it came back to you, you remove your items and put new ones in. They had been together for 62 years when Grandpa died, but RD honored the subscription for an extra decade until Grandma passed. I forgot how much was paid for it, but I'm certain the gifter got their money's worth. Experience 5. I once worked a job that had me purchase Subway sandwiches for mobile working crews and let me keep the tickets when you could fill the card up for free sandwiches. All the tickets were numbered, and purchases were valid. After 2 years, I had enough tickets and receipts to redeem multiple sandwiches daily for at least 6 months if I wanted, and still accruing more. I started filling the cards and giving them to friends to eat a free lunch. Within 1 month, my friends and I were banned from every Subway in a 5-mile radius in Los Angeles. They put our pictures up on the wall and refused to honor the stamps, no matter who brought them in. Inside of another 2 years, Subway corporate canceled the stamps altogether and no one would accept them. I couldn't even give them away to a food bank or the homeless to get a free sandwich. Thanks, Subway. Experience 6. I didn't really win it and it was only a year's supply. But I got a year's supply of Hot Pockets when I was 17 because I bit into a Hot Pocket that had no filling and I sent them an email pretending to be my mom complaining about it. To my surprise, they actually replied and sent me a golden coupon that was good for a year. I ate so many Hot Pockets that I hate them now and haven't had one since. Experience 7. My mother bought a Toyota Yaris years ago and the dealership was running a Tires for Life promotion. She gets free tires whenever she needs them, but she has to do all of her maintenance work at the dealership, and the deal won't transfer if she sells the title. The dealership didn't run the promo for long, and she was told recently she's the only participant left from the promotion. Experience 8. When a new tropical smoothie cafe location opened in our neighborhood, they ran a promotion for free smoothies for a year for the first 50 people in line on opening day. My husband made me stand in line for 3 hours before they opened. We were 24th and 25th in line. The free smoothies for a year was limited to 1 smoothie per week. Still, we each had 52 free smoothies. Not a bad deal. Experience 9. I once waited out a McDonald's for the grand opening. The first 100 people got free fries for the year. I was number 3. It consisted of a box of 365 coupons for free medium fry. I think we gave away maybe 200 plus of them. It was maybe 13 to 14 years ago now. Experience 10. I had a friend in college who won a lifetime supply of Gillette razors. They just sent him a crate of Mach 3 razors and refill cartridges, and that was that. It was just a one-time shipment, but it would be hard to get through that many razors in one lifetime. Experience 11. Not a lifetime supply, but I won a year's supply of Chipotle entrees once. Came as a stack of 52 free burrito cards with a gilded farmer embossed on one side and a unique code on the other. At the time, they didn't limit what I put on these freebies or when I used them, so I gave away a lot to friends, family, and the occasional homeless guy and told everyone to add guac and double meat and make the most of it. I did keep one as a memento, which I still think I should frame. Experience 12. I won free full body massages for life, which basically just translates to 2 massages a week. It was really good. I got addicted. I knew everyone who worked there, and I got to experiment with all of them to see which were the best. Ended up fluctuating between 3 different staff towards the end. They would even train new staff on me for free because I spent so much time over there. Those training massages never cost me anything either or counted towards my 2 free massages a week limit. When the place closed down, I realized just how expensive massages were. I haven't had one in ages, and I miss it so bad.
Do you like listening to these stories? Do you want to hear more of them? Then click that like button, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. And check the description for links to more videos and interesting stories.
Experience 13. I won a lifetime supply of Oreos. It was actually just 1 pallet full of Oreos. Probably would last a normal person their whole life. It was like 1,000 pounds of Oreos. I gave away so many Oreos. Having a party? I'll bring a bunch of Oreos. The break room needs snacks. Oreos. I ended up donating like 400 pounds of Oreos to a shelter just to get them out of my garage. Just for kicks, I called to inquire if lifetime meant my lifetime and that I had finished off the pallet. They said the pallet would last a reasonable person their whole life. So that was a bummer. But I think that's typically how those things work. Edit, to those saying to sue for more, the full pallet taking up garage space was more of a burden than the benefit of always having Oreos. I don't need it again. Experience 14. I bought, not won, a lifetime membership to Pure VPN. After just 5 years, they reneged on that and said no, you only purchased 5 years. I showed them the receipt and basically got, well, we don't honor that anymore, sorry. Thankfully I bought it through Stack Social, so when I reported that to them, they hooked me up with a different lifetime VPN provider instead. Screw paying monthly for something I barely use. Experience 15. My uncle gets free Ben and Jerry's for life. He's been friends with the actual Ben and Jerry since before they opened the first shop. He has a card that says free ice cream for life, and he can get pints or cones at any scoop shop, at least locally. He also gets decks of free pint coupons that he can use at grocery stores and gas stations. When Unilever bought them out, they tried to buy back all the free ice cream for life cards. I guess it was a fairly generous offer because my uncle is one of only a few that chose to keep the card. Experience 16. When I bought my bicycle, the shop policy was that any new bike purchased included free tune-ups for life. Personally, I thought this was a great business move because it got me back in the store regularly to redeem my tune-ups, kept my bike running smoothly, which kept me an active cyclist. Active cyclist equals active customer, and I also would regularly buy parts/service beyond the tune-up when I was there, which I was happy to do since I had a good relationship with the shop through this free tune-up deal. When the shop changed owners, they discontinued the tune-ups, even for people like me who had purchased their bikes under these terms. I don't go there anymore. Experience 17. Didn't win a lifetime's worth but won a year's worth of non-perishable food. Every month we'd get 2 or 3 massive boxes filled with all sorts of non-perishable food. It lasted for about 9 months before something changed behind the scenes with the company. They got back in touch with us a few months after the year was up and told us we still had 3 months of credit, so we told them to surprise us. This all happened years ago, and we've still got some of it left. Experience 18. I won a lifetime supply of AA and AAA batteries from a major Canadian tech retailer about 20 years ago. The thing is, batteries last a long time and there really isn't that much that I use batteries for. Hypothetically, I could start a black market battery business by just getting my free batteries and selling them to people in need, but it's just not worth the time. Even getting the batteries isn't worth the time. I have to get them to type in my name in their system, and there's a note by my name indicating that I get free batteries because I won a contest 20 years ago. And then they run and get their manager to look at it because that looks suspicious. And then the manager looks at it and then asks me questions, and then they finally relent and give me my free batteries. Experience 19. Back in 1977, when I was 13 years old, I won a contest for a lifetime supply of models from Revell. A semi-truck pulled up to our house in a very quiet suburban neighborhood and proceeded to unload 4 pallets of plastic models in the driveway. There were hundreds of models, probably one of everything they offered in their catalog at the time. I kept about 2 dozen, which kept me busy for a year or so. My father helped by finding a local retail hobby store to buy the rest of them at a very favorable price so we could just get rid of them. He put the money into US savings bonds for me, which I cashed out many years later to use for a down payment on my first new car. Experience 20. When I was a kid, I won a contest online which included a lifetime supply of Hubba Bubba bubble tape. I don't remember the exact amount, but I think it was about a dozen boxes of gum. They also sent me a small boombox and hockey jersey with the Hubba Bubba logo on it. I got sick of it pretty quickly and it had a shelf life. A friend and I wound up using it all for a school project where we had to make a model of the town from the book The Outsiders. We made the entire model out of gum, and it was disgusting. Our jaws got sore from chewing all the gum, so we wound up dipping it in water instead. Our teacher docked us points for creativity. 20 years later, and I'm still pretty mad about that. Wow, I was not expecting this to get so many responses. I should clarify that we lost points because it wasn't creative enough. Reading these responses really validates my anger, lol. Stay golden, everyone!
We hope you enjoyed listening to today's stories. If you want to see more stories, check out these videos or check the links in the description for more videos. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And ring that notification bell.